Hello, good people. This is Phil Chenevert with Why Do We Say That? I'm coming to you today from where I'm living right here in my room in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm talking about the Nobel Prizes, Nobel whatever. Why do we have this? I was watching The Big Bang Theory, one of the reruns on YouTube, whatever, and apparently the hero there, Sheldon, received the Nobel Prize at the end for his work. I suppose this was the culmination. And it was a big deal and it is a big deal. Everyone is excited. Who's going to get the Nobel Prize? We have prizes in chemistry, um, physiology, medicine, oh gee, peace, physics, and probably others. There's a new one in economics too. But um, where did all this come from? Why is this? Why is this the epitome, the apex, the zenith? You notice I'm using all them words because I got them. Of being recognized. Well, Alfred Nobel, Nobel, was an inventor, industrialist, chemist in Sweden. Okay, I think Sweden. Yes, and he. I'll put my glasses on. Yes, makes me look more better, huh? Um, he during the 1800s, uh, 1880 or whatever, he bought he had money, of course. He bought a iron and steel mill, and he knew whatever. He turned it into an arms manufacturing thing, meaning it was making a lot of stuff. He also was the inventor of really things like cordite, dynamite. So every country in the world wanted guns and cannons, and he made a huge amount of money and other things too. Uh, he had over 350 patents. So Alfred Nobel was happy man. He says, I'm doing good. He's a good man. But then one morning he opened up his paper and he was reading it, and there was his obituary. And you know what it was titled? The Merchant of Death Dies. That's what the first thing that came to the newspaper or the headline writers thing was the Merchant of Death. He was characterized as killing people, which of course his things did. He was shocked. Like, I don't, I'm not a merchant of death. I don't do that. I'm a good man. I invent things. I help people. Sure, my dynamite may do, but it also makes bonds and it does. Anyway, he was shocked. He said, that's how I'm going to be remembered. Now, any of us would say, no, I don't want to be remembered as a horrible, nasty guy. I want to be remembered well. So Alfred Nobel wrote several wills, but the one before he died, which was like 9 years after he, oh, by the way, the obituary was for his brother, Ludwig, who had died. But it gave him a wake up call. It's like all of us. We, we would like to be remembered for as being not necessarily a vicious, being nasty guy that kills people. So he thought, what can I do? And he came up with this idea. He put it into his will. He said that after I die, all of my fortune, or at least 95% of it, is going to go into a fund from which we will give prizes to the people that do the most to benefit humanity. In chemistry, of course, he was a chemist, in physics, in medicine or physiology, in other things that I can't even think of right now because my brain doesn't work that good. Peace. He was interested in peace. So whoever does most to move peace along in the world in the previous year would receive the prize. And after he died, of course, his will was like, what? People were contested. They said, that's ridiculous. But after quite a few years, it was okay, it is true. They set up the fund, and um, today it is now known as the Nobel Prizes. It is run by a committee. They send out thousands of invitations for, I put it, nominations, and they have a committee that does all this. So When, quote, when our fictitious Sheldon received his prize, it was like, whoa, it was a big deal. He's going to receive money, he's going to receive a medal, and everything like that. So the Nobel Prizes were set up by a man who wanted to be remembered in a better light than the merchant of death. And don't we all? You know, I wouldn't say Phil, the merchant of death. No, that is not true. I'm not like that. I don't have any money anyway, so I can't do this. So the Nobel Prizes every year, the committee does this. Now, several years they didn't do it, by the way. During World War II, 39, 42, they couldn't. Uh, I think they were occupied or something. Norway was occupied. So anyway, this is filled with telling you why do we have these Nobel Prizes? Because a man wanted to be remembered in a better light. And boy, if anything ever worked, that worked. I'm proud of him. Okay. And well, congratulations to all these brilliant people that get these prizes. Yes.